What we do here is go back.
Hey guys, what's going on? Ed here, coming at you today with a work in progress video, which is something that I haven't done in a long time, let alone do a video in a long time. So you might be surprised seeing this, but I want to make more videos again, and I've been saying that for like 3 years. But a lot of people have been following this project for a while, and they requested me do some work in progress videos and stuff. So I decided, why not? I'll do a couple. I didn't want to do one too early on because I didn't really feel like I had too much to show off of substance, but now, currently where the project stands, I feel like I have some stuff to show off. But without further ado, let me talk about this. So Steam Siege is a project that I came up with a while ago, actually, and the whole concept of it was to have two Steam engines, or any amount of Steam engine type Gundams fighting a diesel engine style monster mobile suit thing, and it was born out of the whole uprising of diesel power in the early 1900s, and later on eradicating steam power, and the true monster that diesel engines were compared to the steam engine. This idea has kind of been brewing in my head for a long time, and I decided to bring it forth and into fruition this year for GBWC. The application of it boiled down to me having this train yard with a building to the left area, middle, with this Zeong Psycho Gundam creature bursting out of the shed, grabbing or cutting into one of the units, and then the other one would be down below. And I haven't 100% decided on where I'm going to position them. I've pretty much changed up the posing on all the units several times since I started this, and I think what it's going to end up being is one of the units is going to be on the roof kind of falling over, and then the other unit's going to be being grabbed by the Zeong right out of the shed. I want to show fluid movement without breaking it up too much. I want it to make sense. I want you to look at it and say, okay, this is all one fluid movement, it makes sense. So I think it was at about March I started working on the units, and funny enough, I started one unit and I got a lot done on it, and I ended up completely scrapping 90% of it, and I think the only thing I kept from that whole thing that I made was the shoulder pads, because I totally scrapped that whole unit, and I kind of put it to the side, and then I started working on the other unit, and then I put him off to the side, and then I started working on the other one again. I guess I'll show the two Steam units off. So this is the first guy. This is Hercules. I've named him Hercules. Pretty much his design was all from random bits and bobs. The front was a steam engine boiler from an HO gauge engine with a comfort body that I fused together. The head is from a comfer. I added some smokestacks up onto his shoulders, or onto the chest. The shoulders are also from the comfer. The shoulder pads are Astaroth and Hyakurin parts. The upper arms are a combination of Mobile Worker and comfer parts that I fused together with Milliput. The lower arms are Mobile Worker parts, and the hands are from Kotobukiya. The midsection is put together from several different mobile suits. The crotch area is cobbled together from several different mobile suits. The crotch piece and the whole back section and the midsection is cobbled together from the Gallus. The side skirts are from a 1:100 scale Savior Gundam. The upper thighs are made from Charzaku from the High Grade Origin line, cobbled together with Argyagya thighs. The joints are from Argyagya, and then the legs and feet are both from the Argyagya that have been completely modified with Milliput putty to give them this longer, curved out look. They've been hollowed out and given this kind of net patterning in the hollow areas of the legs, and then the feet are pieces and parts from different trains that have been put on there. The Hercules is about, I want to say, 60% complete. His basic structure is done. The only thing that remains on him is detailing and flushing out some other things that need to be finished on his leg and the more the right side of his body than anything. Here is my second guy that I've dubbed Jupiter for no real reason in particular. Actually, somebody suggested it. They said that he looked fast, and I think it was because he had a lot less armor on him than he does now. But he does look sort of fast. So Jupiter it is. So Hercules and now Jupiter. And Jupiter was the small unit that I started originally way back when, and then completely canned aside from the shoulders. And now I have this. So this is Jupiter. He is, again, a cobble monster of different parts. But I will say the main body is from the Shiden from IBO. The legs and most of the chest are that. The head is Astaroth with Zeta and I believe a Razel jewel in the middle there that I've puttied together. The faceplate is from the one Age suit, the Jack Edge, I believe. The chest is parts from the Shiden, a N-gauge steam locomotive, and one from the Ryuseigo, which will be more defined later on. You can't really tell right now because it's not glued in place because I still have to put all the LEDs in. And there will be some cables added in his chest to bulk him up a bit more. So that's just what I have for now. The shoulder pads are Astaroth and Gallus C upper arms, and the shoulders are Gallus C, the hands are Gallus C, and the arms, the forearms are from the prototype Origin Goof. The crotch area is Lightning Zeta side skirts. The back skirt is from the Shiden, which has been modified quite a bit. The front skirts are from the Wing Fennis, as well as the shoulder pads, the feet, the shin guards, and the actual shin parts underneath all the putty are from the Fennis high grade. Or the, I shouldn't say the Fennis Ricken Sense, whatever it's called. The backpack is from the Mobile Worker that has been modified, and in the top there will be a coal bunker sort of thing. Little bits of coal are going to go in there, and then there's open tubes on the back, which I will connect to the main body to be somewhat of a water supply. So those are the two main units, and some people might be asking, I know that one of the questions that I get a lot is, how do I do my riveting? Riveting on these guys has been an interesting learning experience, and pretty much all that I use is this, which are these little micro bead things that I picked up at Michael's, and my pin vise, which I got on Amazon for about 10 bucks. You drill a hole, and then what I do is I dab a little bit of super glue down, I put some blue tack and roll it to a fine point, dip it into the beads and collect one, and then roll that in the super glue, and then roll it into the hole of the drilled rivet spot. So that's about it for the two steam engine guys. I'd say they're probably about 65% complete together, but they do have a lot of work to be done on them still, which I hopefully will get done in the next half of a month, 2 to 3 weeks, because time is of the essence right now, and I haven't really started on the Zeong yet. He just kind of in pieces, and I haven't really decided what I want to do with him 100% yet. But I'll probably be coming at you guys with another update video probably near the end of the month or next month, once all the mobile suits are finished and paint gets laid down on them and I start doing some of the detail work and everything that I'd like to show off a little more. But for now, let's put the mobile suits away and we'll take a quick look at the diorama and some of the pieces that are going to go into it. There's not really much to say about the diorama yet. All that's really been laid down on it is some plaster, and the building that's going to be destroyed has been glued into place so I can fix some of the seam lines on the sides. But other than that, it really doesn't have too much going on yet. For the track, I have bought some very nice Atlas, the new gauge of N-scale track that has the brown ties instead of the black ones, so I don't have to paint them anymore. Nothing is really set in stone at this point. I'm just kind of getting a rough idea. The only thing that's for certain is that these two lines will be here. Here's part of the Zeong chest, so you can kind of get a size comparison as to how big it is. This guy is not going to be here. He's actually going to be up on top of that building, but just for a size comparison. Another thing that I wanted to show off that I'm probably more excited about than anything is the mass amount of British rolling stock that I've purchased and I'm modifying currently to fit the diorama. So this is a standard truck, and this is an N-gauge truck, and these are the couplers for it. And they have these, you know, typical sort of model train couplers, and obviously these aren't very realistic looking. These things are really nicely detailed overall, but these things are very, very ugly. So essentially what I've been doing is I've been cutting them off of the base of the chassis, and then I fill this in with mill put and then sand it down smooth. And I don't have a totally unfinished one, but I'll show this off as an example. So this is a partially weathered truck that I'm working on, but it isn't done yet. But so basically what I'm doing is I've been adding these very small hooks onto the end of each car, because that's how British train cars actually hook together. And there it is. It's a very small piece of chain right there. And now all of the cars hook together with these very, very tiny pieces of chain. And it doesn't really matter too much, but it matters to me because I will see this detail later on. And if I left them all the stock way, would annoy me greatly. So there you can see the difference between the stock coupler and what a more realistic looking British coupler looks like, because that's how British couplers go together. So I am very happy with the fact that I get to work with so much really nice miniature rolling stock to make this project happen. There's a couple other examples of what I've been working on. Just this one's not weathered yet. I just put down some airbrush colors on it. This is a pretty much 90% done truck. This is going to be filled with coal, and there's a brake van. So there is a lot more of this that just hasn't been finished yet. In these boxes, I have, you know, tons of this stuff that's gonna need to go into these diorama setting. This diorama setting, and it is a lot of work because I want to make this look as realistic as possible. And with that being said, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to put in the detail, you know, this minuscule detail that in the end the judges aren't going to really notice. They're going to be looking at the gunpla more, but this is important to me. So I'm happy to take the extra, you know, couple weeks that it'll take me to get all the rolling stock weathered and finished and done for that. So I am very, very excited, not only to work on the gunpla, but to work on this this train rolling stock, because I love, you know, if you haven't figured it out by now, I love trains. This is my second passion, so very fun. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this work in progress video. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry I haven't been making as many videos lately, but I've been focusing way more on doing actual gunpla than anything. So hopefully in the future I'll put a couple more of these little work in progress videos out. Hopefully in the future I'll be putting more of these work in progress videos out for you guys. But again, if you really want to stay updated, follow my Facebook, follow my Instagram, you know, check out anywhere else that I post stuff, because that is where you're going to get the instant updates. YouTube is not a good place to stay up to date with me and my gunpla. So that is about it, and I'll see you all in the next one.